58-0. 58. Did anybody see that coming? I knew we were going to win, but did you expect to see 58-0? That game was an exercise in perfection by the entire Seattle Seahawks team. Everything was done correctly, with the exception of the penalties. 8 turnovers. Richard Sherman had 2 picks. Bobby Wagner had 2 picks. Fumble recoveries for touchdowns. Interceptions returned for touchdown. The only thing that didn't happen was little Leon didn't get large on him. He didn't get one. That was an exciting time to be a Seahawk fan, I can tell you that. 58 points to 0 points. Not only the largest margin of victory for the Hawks, but also set the Seahawks record for the most points scored in the game, which is cool. John Skelton is a bum. I don't know how he had so much success on us earlier in the season, in week 1. Thank goodness Kevin Cobb wasn't available. He might have brought him back. I don't know who watched the last video, but I said it. I said it. You can ask Cito or Billy. He knows because he said something. I said in my video that this game was going to be a blowout. Now, I did not expect it to be a 58-0 blowout, but I said it. Go back and watch it. I said it. I actually kind of feel bad for Larry Fitzgerald. Larry Fitzgerald is a future Hall of Famer, and his team is just sorry. He's a nice guy, and he doesn't complain. He deserves to play for a team that can win. All right, quick topics. It was inevitable that the topic was going to come up about Pete Carroll running up the score. You got to be kidding me. Running up the score? They scored 58 points. But what do you expect them to do? Just lay down with the ball? Let somebody tackle them? Arizona got blown out because they sucked. They turned the ball over 8 times, 2 of which were returned for touchdowns. Russell Wilson was on the bench 5 minutes into the second half, and many of the other skill positions weren't far behind him. Leon Washington scored the last touchdown. The backups were whooping that ass. Arizona was just inviting us into the end zone. Let me tell you something. This is the NFL. These players are professionals. It's not the offense's job to not score. It's the defense's job to keep them out of the end zone. This is big boy ball. Our number 2s were beating up their number 1s. Our number 3s were beating up their number 1s. Running up the score? Bill Belichick said it best. The offense's job is to score points. If you go out and you don't score any points, you haven't done your job. Bill Belichick. Smart man. So Matt Flynn threw the ball in the end zone on 4th and 22 late in the game. So what? He only threw the ball about 8 or 9 times in almost a full half of football. Marshawn Lynch got his 130 some odd yards, took a breather, and Robert Turbin came in and got 100 yards of his own. So I'm not sure how this whole appeal process of a pending suspension works, but apparently the Seattle Seahawks organization does, because now Richard Sherman's appeal has been pushed out to an undisclosed date. So it's not going to be Thursday. It's going to be whenever. So not only is he going to be able to play against the Bills, he probably will be playing the following Sunday against San Francisco. We may only have to have 1 game missing Browner and Sherman. If Seattle wins out and San Francisco loses just 1 more game, besides the Seahawks game, obviously, Seattle will snatch the division from them, which means we get a home playoff game, at least 1. All we got to do is win out, and San Francisco has to lose 1 more. And we get to host the first playoff game rather than travel. We don't want to go to Green Bay. And we honestly don't want to go to New York either. Being the wild card team for us is actually not a good thing. As a wild card team, we're either going to New York or we're going to Green Bay as it stands right now. So we need to win out. Buffalo doesn't have a snowball's chance in hell on Sunday, even at home. Ryan Fitzpatrick threw the ball like 27 times on Sunday and only got 1 touchdown. Decent amount of yards. Fred Jackson's out. CJ Spiller's good. CJ Spiller averaged, I think, 5 yards a carry in that game, and he's poised to take over that job. But the run defense is going to go ahead and hold that down, I think. And if our offense can get in the end zone early, defensive line's going to pin their ears back and go after Fitzpatrick. They gave up 5 sacks on Fitzpatrick on Sunday, so we're going to get after Buffalo. I don't see this game being a problem. We can't look past it, but we'll go ahead and win this game and, get ready for San Francisco. On to the next one. On to the next.